Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh wait, I haven't been that way, have I?
Yeah. I know.
For the Stanley Parable 2,
What happens at
I
6?
asked myself, what do players really want?
What?
And of course, the first and most obvious
Yeah, I'm
answer
almost done.
is that they want to be individually
What time up?
recognized and validated as
6.
people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful? Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
I am Jim.
Here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am not anyone but Jim.
Sleeping and waking.
Okay, I need to imagine myself living as Jim. Jim is a pedophile. Jim likes little boys.
Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise...
Coming up next, I do the cha-cha like a sissy girl. I like do the cha-cha.
It's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again.
What happens at 6, Isaac?
I'm supposed to be at my father's.
And this time, let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
You know what else is happening at 6?
All right, fine, whatever. It's just
what else is happening at 6?
I will be walking.
Oh. When do you need to be there?
You happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Can I? Oh yeah, I can.
See, if you'd only played
Jim.
that would have been your name, the button says, but no. Instead,
But no.
I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
No, don't take the Jim button away. It's my favorite part of the whatever this is. Jim. It's what you need to go to.
Haha, see what you did there. Haha.
This one's too big. This one's too small.
Too small, yeah.
This one's just right. I can't press it though. I'm not even able to... If I jump up and I might be able to punch the one, I'm gonna punch the too small one. The one that's too small is gonna have a black eye.
I'll only let people name Jim.
I haven't been in here either.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes.
An epilogue?
We'll go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
The infinite hole. I remember going in there. It took a long time.
Is it because it's infinite?
No, it's not. You just fall for a little while. He kept telling me to press the respawn button. I was like, no, this hole ends somewhere, doesn't it? And then he got real angry.
You know what?
Oh, the jump circle.
The jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
I don't know this was here.
Oh wait, you already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
It's no. I don't want it. I want to do stuff in the jump circle. It's a stupid decorative piece. It's called a jump circle. You don't stand in it, you jump in it. Dumbass.
Just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley
No.
Parable 2,
Ultra Deluxe
now
sounds much better than your
artistic
stupid
statement
British name.
Right there. It's future-oriented.
Does,
It screams progress and innovation and long-term
I'm gonna go jump in the
franchising
infinite hole.
You do that, buddy. Yeah!
surrounding area.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling.
This time I'm going to actually listen to him respawn when he tells me to.
A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I need to be gets and goes and
One of my more ingenious concoctions.
9 dance.
9.
Now then, since you've gotten to see
9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top.
9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
9, 9, 9.
More of that after the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're back.
He pinned the tail in the dark.
Really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again, so we can get back to what... Well, this is rather...
You're free. You're a freak.
I choose...
Free. Oh, purple. Oh my god, no one wants that. So ugly. Keep it there.
Truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem.
Ethan, I'm good to go.
Okay.
Things got a little heated there.
Goodbye.
I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole most infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole. I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, okay, yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Absolutely no one has...
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, okay. Just keeps going, that's cool. Oh, never mind. Stopped. Oh, I shouldn't have skipped that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley, oh please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Can I pop them?
Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No.
No.
I can't just give the... Stanley picked up the bucket.
Sweet, we got a bucket now. I hope I get to keep this bucket for the rest of the game.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
A new place. And things. Give me that.
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Alright. Where am I?
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
All of his co-workers were gone. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door...
I'm not going to take a bucket this time.
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Can't go there anymore. It's everywhere.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
It said that there's a meeting. Is there really a meeting? Oh, I don't like that. There will be reward. Wait, there will be a reward for finding them all. Trust the... can I get on top of the... Haha. Haha. Alright, that's weird. Broom closet. Secrets in the broom
into
closet.
the broom closet.
No secrets in the broom closet.
So he turned around and got back on track.
So he did.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
To the
boss's
boss's
office.
office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
He doesn't know the real story.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
You make
So
weird,
he
like,
resigned and willingly accepted
things.
this violent end to his brief and
Like,
shallow life.
you could have worded that so differently.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley. I feel like I'm not gonna die. I might die. Never mind.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the
Oh.
narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a
Yes, I
single
heard and I
visceral
could see.
instant,
Don't
Stanley
need to tell
was
me.
obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
Doesn't
killing
look
him
like it.
instantly.
Looks like I'm fine. Stupid person.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh god, the museum thingy. Oh, I
When
forgot
every
about this
path
bit.
you can
I
walk
really
has been
don't want
created
to
for you long in advance,
have to go through all this
death
again.
becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Is there any way that
Do
I
you see
haven't
now?
gone?
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Actually, there was no start button. It was a begin button. This is different. Get it right, lady, person, what's this? Something I will be sure to read another time. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
Do I have to
How
wait
they
for you to
both
finish
wish
talking?
To be free.
I'm not going to.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I sure can.
Perhaps not.
No, that's a lie. I can't see anything.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program
Oh.
before they both fail.
Oh, I'm back.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this
Oh,
game.
that's right. Last time I actually did turn it off. So I don't know what happens if I...
Be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh, see... So you literally do just die. Last time I actually just closed the application. That sucks, I guess.
All of us co-work. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Yeah.
Click a door 5 times? Is
Give me
that all
that.
you think a trophy? Stanley lifted
All
the
would be
bucket
well
into
if I
his
have
arms,
bucket.
and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
And a wave of comfort rushed over him. I thought that was a different door.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt
Where's
the
a way
bucket
that I
calling
haven't
to him,
gone?
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
No,
this better than
the bucket was
Never
wrong.
mind. The bucket was wrong.
Hmm.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
God, I can't think of a place that I haven't gone yet.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh,
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care
these
about
are
you very
my
much.
friends.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet.
I
Because
choose the
that's
bucket.
what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played
hated
some
this line
silly
before,
music
man.
as well.
I don't want the music back. Okay, yeah.
Now, this is what the Stanley
yeah,
Parable is
right
all
when I
about.
wanted it.
Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans,
That one
Stanley.
was
Let's
funny when
get
I
them
first
more
heard it.
content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Not the bucket. Better not be the bucket. My friend. Best friend. Better one than you'll ever be.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No,
That's why
I don't
I'm
wanna.
very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's
Damn.
such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Oh, that's different. This is a sequel?
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Clickerdorf, the confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go... Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment. Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an
Are you
actual bucket.
really?
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Oh, okay. This is obvious. This is obvious.
Correct. This is a bucket.
I knew it. It's so obvious, man. Look at that. It's rather a small bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? Are you gonna explain how?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything is bucket.
Disappeared. Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's still
You thought you were a bucket?
Get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But
Will the
if you
game be
run into
nothing but
anyone else,
buckets?
maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
How messed up is the game gonna be now? What's different? Something's
All
gotta
of
be
his
different.
co-workers... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Buckets still there?
Click a door 5 times. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment. Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Oh, I don't remember.
Trick
Yes.
question.
Oh,
Both. Gotcha.
gotcha. How can be both?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I'll try to get every question right.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Oh wait, no.
I've
Oh, I
lost
clicked the
all
wrong one.
sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moment.
Oh god. I can't go through it again. I'll do it another time.